afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Sports Central. I'm Neal Duncan. We've got a great show lined up for you this week. We're going to talk Florida Jets, as well as Legoland Florida Resort, Brick Dash, and the 12th Annual VW Classic in Lakeland. Stick around, everybody, for this week's edition of Sports Central. Welcome back to Sports Central. Neal Duncan alongside Hank Longo, and
Hello,
it is a busy time of year.
Oh, I'm telling you, we're rocking.
Perfect weather.
Perfect weather. We've got all this baseball going on in Polk County. The Tigers, Russ Matt, it's like just fantastic.
Great stuff. And this segment brought to you by Visit Florida, and they have come on board once again as a presenting partner of the Sun and Fun Fly, and that'll be April 10th through the 15th. So we want to thank Visit Florida for their continued efforts, and not only the sponsorship of Sun and Fun, but statewide and how they promote the great state of Florida. We appreciate their partnership, not only with Polk County, but with the Sun and Fun Fly. And well, speaking of great events, we have another great event coming up.
We do, and I'll tell you, one of our dear friends that comes back year after year, Mr. Frank Tiano with Florida Jets. And Frank, always great having you on the show, and you're back at it again with another fantastic radio-controlled event.
Yes, thank you. Other than that field, this is my second favorite place to be, right here. I love this place.
Wonderful. We love
What,
having
the
you on the
studio
show.
or being with us?
He likes hanging with me.
Oh, okay.
You know, we
All right.
talk.
I just wanna make
A couple
sure.
Italian
You weren't
guys
so
tell
busy.
stories.
You know, I could hang out a lot if you weren't so busy. Anyway, yeah, coming up next week, yeah. Something new. We have it's Saturday to Saturday now instead of Wednesday through Saturday.
Wow.
And the first 4 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, is called Red Flag. It's a jet aerobatic competition.
Okay.
So instead of a fly-in, like Sun and Fun's a fly-in where guys just come and enjoy themselves, like Florida Jets is, this is a regimented, you know, they have certain kinds of maneuvers they have to do, and they're incredible to watch because they are able to have a power ratio of better than 1-to-1, so they can hover. So you see a jet airplane come across the field like this, go like this, and stop.
Oh my
And
God.
go up vertical like this.
Here, this
That's what he's
picture,
doing.
if you can get in on this picture, this kind of shows you
exactly what he's doing.
What, is this the camera, Russell? Or?
Yeah, he's got it.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
So
And
that's Red Flag, and
So that starts on March 17th.
whatever Saturday
Yes,
is.
17th, and then the Florida Jets is the 21st to the
Which is a
24th,
Wednesday. And then
through
Florida
Saturday.
Jets, it's just it's about 200 guys from all over the world.
A fly-in.
And it's a fly-in. They just come and enjoy themselves, and a lot of vendors showing what's new.
Mm-hmm.
They release it at our event because it's spring. It's the first one of the year, so
Yeah.
they can't wait to show their new stuff, you know. And like engine manufacturers, like
Yeah, let's talk about this engine. If once again, if we can get in on this, and Frank, you can kind of work us through this. This is just like a regular jet engine that would be on any other jet airplane, just a little smaller.
Exactly. That's right. It's not a toy airplane motor. It is a, no kidding, turbine engine, a jet turbo engine.
Really?
It's just the parts are smaller. So
And then what about this little cone on the front there? That looks kind of
that is called a FOD.
a FOD.
Yes.
Okay.
Foreign object deflector.
A foreign object.
Because
you don't want bugs and stuff getting
Because
in
you don't
there.
want a rock to get in there
Oh my
while it's
God.
turning at 120,000 RPMs into these veins.
Here, show it that way so they
See
can.
the little veins? Can you see them? The little veins here? That's what they're called, veins. But like an airliner, you have a bird strike.
Right.
The bird enters here. This thing is turning like crazy. The bird does not compress fast enough, so it wipes these out. This then spins too fast. Hot air gets back into the chamber
burns up the-
and explodes.
Well, let's talk
wow.
about, so you have this engine. It's much like a regular engine
It
for
is, yes.
an airplane.
Yep.
first I want to find out what is the cost of one of these airplanes and how far away are they flying. So if you do have some kind of, obviously you have the protection, so if you have something go wrong, you want to be able to find it.
Of
so
course.
Talk about all that.
Well, that's actually a good question, and I can actually condense that. I know exactly what you're saying. First of all, this is for when it's on the ground, pretty much. You don't pick up a rock off the runway, foreign object,
Right.
okay. Radio-controlled airplanes are only fun to fly when you can see them. There's no benefit in flying it so far away you can't see them.
Yeah.
So we always fly them within a few hundred feet of ourselves, in distance, lateral distance. And we never fly them more than a couple hundred feet above us because, again, if
can't
it's like,
see 'em.
no, you want to have the enjoyment like an RC car. You wouldn't drive it on the guy's block down the street. You wouldn't- So same thing. So, and if the engine does go bad, stops, whatever, for whatever, and they do, the airplane still flies. No different than a full-scale airplane. You turn the motor off, it still glides until it can't glide anymore. Then it becomes a rock.
Now, can you, when you say it glides like that, can you control it to get it to land?
Absolutely. Nothing
Okay.
changes. These airplanes do every single thing, everything that a full-size airplane does. Everything. The landing gear retracts into the belly or into the wings. So if I lost this engine and it's a quarter of a mile away, I would turn it towards me. I would put the nose down, keep the speed going.
Right.
I would turn the corner out to the runway, put the flaps down to slow it up now, put the
and
gear
all that
down.
information is there for you.
I
to know
have
that
a
you've
box
lost it.
like this
Yep.
with an antenna, sticks and buttons and levers,
Yep.
and each one of those electronically puts a command to the airplane.
Wow.
And what was the cost?
This one here is about $4,000.
Oh my gosh.
This
And when we
particular
let's get back to this jet again for a second.
Yes.
If you can zoom in on this picture again for me, please. There we go, right there. Now, how big is this plane, Frank? As we look at it,
Yes.
I think they're probably what, about 7, 8 feet long.
This particular, yes, the average airplane that's coming out there is about average 8 feet long. This particular airplane happens to be 120 inches, 10 feet long,
Wow.
and it weighs 80 pounds, and it has 2 engines.
Wow.
And so, what is the cost?
So
of
now that's $8,000.
This airplane, like any sport or hobby, there's the upper,
Yeah.
like the best golf clubs, right? Or
Right.
whatever. This
Well,
plane's
Hank
about,
and I don't need those.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
no, I've seen them play, right? You stick, yeah. Hockey stick works good for
Yeah, yeah. You're pretty good with the hockey stick.
30 grand about.
Whoa.
Wow.
Don't want to lose that.
At this level, I mean, there's not a lot of crashes. Not at all.
Really?
No,
Is
out
it-
of last year we had 1,100 flights
Okay.
at Florida Jets in 4 days. 1,100 flights, and we had 3 crashes. And the crashes came from, in every case, a battery pack just going bad in
Something
flight.
went wrong. And I'm assuming that, as you said, that's the top end. That's the high,
That's
high
right.
expense model there. But you progress up into the more expensive.
Like
after
any
you
other
train
sport, you
yourself.
start at the bottom
Right.
and
So
you work your
when
way
you
up.
start at the bottom, do you get one of those little
No, you
balsa wood things with the rubber band and the propeller?
Actually, I brought yours.
He's gonna show
I
you
brought your
yours.
trainer with me.
Well, as you make that plane, we'll go back to the dates. It's March 17th through March 24th, 8:30 to 5:30 each day.
And as long as I'm listening to music, I can say it's radio controlled, right? Okay.
So over 200 of these jets are coming in from, as you said, all over the world.
Yep.
Huge economic impact. Let's talk about cost of the event. What does it cost to get in? I know there's maybe a parking fee. There's no fee for camping. Talk about that.
We've condensed it now. It's $10 a person. Children 12 and under, we don't charge at all.
Okay.
And the entry fee includes parking and a pit pass. So we allow everybody now we built a new fence. So from the flight line back are the pilots' tents, and they're all wide open.
Okay.
You can get in and out, talk to people, you get this close. We ask you
Wow.
don't touch and punch,
Yeah,
but we allow pets on a leash, but pets. Bring your own food, we don't care. We have great food vendors, but we don't mind you want to bring your own. And I got about 1,500 chairs out there. We line them up at the flight line. So if you don't want to drag a chair, use one of ours.
And out there is Paradise Field on West Pipkin Road.
Yep.
Was it 4999 Air Show Road?
Yeah, which
correct?
is, yes, that's the entrance.
In Lakeland.
Yeah, right in Lakeland off West Pipkin, yep.
Wow. And so, website, Is there a
The website is my name, Frank Tiano. That's Tiano, like a piano, but with a T. FrankTiano.com. Click on Florida Jets or click on the events, and that's all right there. It's
And I know-
simple
Fantastic.
website.
And I know this isn't your only event. There's numerous events that you bring to Polk County each year.
Yes.
I'm assuming all those events are listed there.
They're all
if,
there,
if you
yeah.
can't make this one on March 17th through the 24th, definitely an opportunity to see other events that you're putting
Absolutely.
on.
We have one coming up in May also. Yep.
All right. Well, we really appreciate your time, Frank, and we appreciate you coming on. We appreciate all the events you bring into Polk County, and we're actually going to get a chance to look at one of Frank's previous events as we go to break. This was from 2013, but if you want to get a taste of what this event's going to be like, March 17th through the 24th, check out this action. Hank and Neal will be right back on Sports Central.
We got 300 radio-controlled jets, professional-grade radio-controlled jets, not little toys. And guys coming from all over the world for this fly-in. It's like the Sun and Fun in miniature. They're all powered by legitimate, true, real turbine engines that have been shrunk. Instead of, being this big around and that long, they're this big around and that long. And they put out anywhere from between 15 and 60 pounds of thrust. Some of the airplanes here are capable of speeds at 300 miles an hour, but we are governed by the Academy of Model Aeronautics, an organization we all have to belong to. We are governed at 200. We actually have a special device on board that limits the airplane to 200 miles an hour. So what you're seeing here, when these guys are going by, they're right at 200 miles an hour. The average size here is probably around 80 to 90 inches in wingspan and maybe 110 inches in length. Average weight, probably 40 pounds. Average cost, turnkey, on the field, ready to rock and roll, $15,000. Are all of them $15,000? No. Some of them here, the smaller ones, maybe a total investment of maybe $7,000. On the upper end, we have some here that are in the $35,000 and $40,000 bracket. But regardless of their price, they all fly about the same. They are all fast. They are as fast as you want them to be. These turbine engines, it's like a shark eating food. They ingest fuel. The more fuel you throw at them, the faster they want to go. And as you can hear, they sound like a full-size jet airplane. And in a distance, you cannot tell whether they're a real airplane or not unless you know your aviation. You know that it's a sport airplane, not a model of a real airplane, for an example. Some of these are military airplanes, some are sport airplanes, which really means it's a figment of someone's imagination that just decided to design and draw up and make a pretty jet.
This weighs about 39 pounds, powered with a jet cat B160 burning jet A.
The pilots you're looking at here are very, very experienced pilots. They probably started with a little trainer airplane many, many years ago with a propeller, and they went up to maybe something a little faster, a little bit larger. Then they went into maybe a model of a World War II fighter, something heavier, a little more intricate, to fly. So most of these guys here have at least probably 10 years of experience. There are some that have 2 or 3 years, and they started out with jets. And they learned, and they crashed a few in the beginning. But most guys, 10 years plus. I mean, I've got 40 years experience, so.
Nice slow configuration. Now this is like many of these jets, that's something you want to run on the side as a shockwave. As we try to stay within our speed band. David, gear down and locked, flaps deployed. A nice military brake to landing with the shockwave. David Sherman, 798.
Everybody, welcome back to Sports Central. Neal Duncan alongside Hank Longo, and some great footage there from Florida
it's
Jets.
Fantastic. It's just amazing how they fly these jets and how real they look when you're just watching them fly. It's just unbelievable.
Absolutely. The second segment brought to us by Spectrum, a great partner of tourism and sports marketing. And speaking of great partners, our next guest and his organization have really been a game changer in Polk County. And of course, I'm talking about Legoland Florida Resort. We want to welcome to the program David Brady. And David, welcome to Sports Central.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, we are so glad that you're here. We are so glad that Legoland is in Polk County, because it is certainly, it's been amazing what you guys have been able to do with the old Cypress Gardens and maintaining the botanical garden side of things. But the new, the innovative way that that piece of property, Hank, has been turned, and the millions of visitors coming into Polk County.
Yes.
It's kind of the new version of the old Cypress Gardens. You know, at one time it was the greatest attraction in Florida, and to see how
first one.
How it has changed over the years, and now with Legoland, it's back to being, you know, one of the best attractions in the country, and it brings back the rejuvenation of what a theme park does for Winter Haven, because that's what, you know, we were built on, and it's just great to see everything going on.
You know, we prided ourselves on retaining what made Cypress Gardens so great. The botanical garden, the gazebo everyone remembers, the banyan tree, as well as the ski shows.
The ski shows,
You know, we kept the ski shows going. That now has a bit of a Lego twist involving a story with a pirate. But it was really important to us to kind of keep that that heritage and that history alive, but add to that all the great things that Lego does, and the way we sort of celebrate not only the imagination of children, but all the limitless creative potential that anything you can build out of Lego bricks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to talk about the Brick Dash, but we're going to hold off just a minute on that, because we do want to get to that, and that's the primary purpose. But you have some exciting things that are coming up. Star Wars event in May, we'll talk about that. But first, let's talk about the VR roller coaster.
Oh, yes.
What does VR mean?
Virtual reality.
Yep.
So, you know, white hot. It's really kind of having its moment in popular culture. 1 week after we open our attraction on March 23rd, Steven Spielberg's new movie comes out. It's called Ready Player One. It's based on a novel set in the near future where almost all life on planet Earth involves a VR sort of network. It's where everybody kind of spends their time. You know, VR is still kind of in its infancy in terms of theme park attractions. So what we've done is we've taken one of our existing roller coasters, Project X, that many guests will remember from the Lego Technic area, and we've added this terrific Lego-infused VR storyline. So you will ride the roller coaster just like it always was. The track is not changing in any way, but you will wear a headset, and in the VR graphics of the headset, you will assume the point of view of a Lego minifigure race car driver who is actively racing against 5 other Lego characters, a pirate, a pharaoh, a surfer, a sort of trendsetter, and a wizard, all driving these crazy contraptions inspired by their personalities through this digital environment that absolutely syncs up to the movements of the roller coaster track. So you literally feel as if you are doing all of the things that you see in the virtual graphics.
David, I wish you were more enthused about
I tried.
what you do
I
at
tried.
Legoland. No, and I say that just because it is throughout the whole organization, the way Legoland has embraced the Polk County location, and you know, the commitment was when Legoland came to Winter Haven and to Polk County that you were going to continue to invest and reinvest
every
in the
year.
park, and this is a perfect example of it.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, my enthusiasm is genuine. I grew up as a kid, I won't say how long ago, but quite a long time ago, playing with Lego sets. You know, I remember the sets I played with. I actually bought some of them again as an adult to have on my desk. And it was a great product. It was a great toy. I got into it again when I was in college. And so the opportunity to kind of, you know, participate and talk about that brand as an adult and get paid for it was fantastic. I've always liked going to theme parks. And so what really appeals to me about working for Legoland, like you said, is, you know, the way they're always innovating. They're always looking for new ways to entertain guests. This VR attraction, that technology didn't even exist 6 years ago when we opened the park.
Right.
The Ninjago attraction, the ride that we opened last year, that technology didn't exist when we opened the park. So, you know, if you ask us, you know, what's coming next or where we might be 5 years ago, I would hesitate to guess. It's probably going to be something that has not even been invented yet.
That's great.
That's phenomenal. Now, how did you get some to design these virtual reality
So
headset.
it's we're not the first. It's actually been done before at a couple of other theme parks. It's not very common though, and so it's basically taking virtual reality, which has kind of been evolving over the last couple of years, and adapting it to the physical movement of a ride. What excites me is right now in its infancy, you're taking virtual reality and you're kind of grafting it onto an existing roller coaster where you're limited by the track.
what that roller coaster
Right.
can do.
So I'm thinking 5-10 years from now when VR is actually integrated at the stage when you're designing it on a pencil to paper, and it'll be part of the total experience. Some of the things that some of our competitors are doing where you're walking through environments wearing a headset and you are not sitting in a seat, and you can actually reach out and touch things and interact with things, and you potentially can affect the outcome of the story you're participating in. So it's very exciting. And like I said, just in terms of popular culture, you think about the movie Tron 30 some years ago, and The Matrix, and all of those things that were kind of predicting some of the things that are now popular entertainment, things that we actually now have in our homes.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's great, and so that's March 23rd when that opens
Correct.
up at Legoland Florida Resort, and then the Star Wars event, some changes to that in May.
Yep. So we have had a very popular Lego Star Wars event for the past couple of years. This year it's actually the most days ever. It's 3 consecutive weekends starting on Saturday, May the 5th, and it kind of combines everything you love about the Star Wars franchise, the stories, the characters, the heroes and the villains, with all of, again, that great creative potential of Lego sets. So we have meet and greets with several characters, including Lego Darth Vader, and a new character that we're not prepared to announce yet, but is someone who has a pivotal role in the new trilogy of films.
You sure you can break it right here on Sports Sentinel? No, okay.
We need to get
All right,
some.
keep
We need
going.
to get
I'm
some
sorry.
photos. We've got great hands-on building activities because we know that when people come to a Legoland park, it's not a passive experience. They want that opportunity to build with Lego. We have opportunities to build alongside our master model builders and learn some tips and tricks from them.
Wow.
We've got some great new entertainment this year. The other thing that's really great in terms of Star Wars is the day before, on Friday, May the 4th, and that's considered Star Wars Day because of the pun, May the 4th be with you. We're actually opening a giant new display in our park inspired by the feature film The Force Awakens. So if you've been to our park, we have an area called Miniland, which has all those landmarks based on American, cities. We've had an area devoted to the Star Wars films for a couple of years. We're actually adding, for the first time ever, a new scene based on Episode 7. So it will have, completely built out of Lego, some of the key scenes that take place throughout that film, augmented with some animation. Some of the models will move, and there will be some sound effects, some dialogue, and some music as well.
Oh
Well,
my
you talk
gosh.
about it not being a passive experience. Let's go ahead and get to the Brick Dash 5K run and walk. That'll be Saturday, April 14th at 7 a.m. I don't know why anybody gets up that early to run, but that's I'm just kidding. It will be throughout the Legoland Florida Resort. Talk to us about it. It was an event that was put on the shelf last year, and then brought back this year.
So it was always a very, very popular event. We operated previously with a different sponsor. That agreement ended. We took a bit of a break last year, but we always intended to bring it back. And I like to say that bringing it back this year, it's better than ever. So we are managing the event along with our great partners at Polk County Tourism and Sports Marketing, who've been a huge, huge help. And this event now is a fundraiser for an organization called Merlin's Magic Wand. And that is a global children's charity operated by Legoland's parent company, Merlin Entertainments. And so all the people that are running, all the kids that are participating in the fun run are actually helping raise money for this organization that is very similar to kind of Make-A-Wish. And they provide what are called magical days out at Merlin attractions around the world. So if you've got some challenges due to illness or disability or financial circumstances, Merlin's Magic Wand actually facilitates coming to our properties and having a great day out. So Brick Dash, like you mentioned, it's actually two events in one. At 7 a.m. is the 5K, and that's open to all ages, 3 and up. And then at 8 o'clock, we actually have a half-mile fun run for kids 3 to 12. And both race courses will actually go through parts of the property. For the 5K, you will actually run through the historic botanical garden that everyone remembers from Cypress Gardens. A lot of fun. We're going to have Lego characters out there. It's really kind of a great celebration of family fitness in an environment that's really perfect for it.
Well, and you talk about partnerships. Of course, a great partner between Legoland Florida Resort and Polk County when Legoland came.
Yes.
And a great partnership in bringing this event back. But we'd be remiss in mentioning that Publix is the presenting presenting sponsor
Absolutely.
of the event, and of course, Publix is always there to partner with great events, as well as Max 98.3 and the Ledger. And I know there's some other partners that you may want to mention.
Yeah, there's a great organization called So Fruity, and they're these kind of organic frozen fruit bars. They actually partnered with us on a great promotion we did at the Golden Globes, where we were offering a stay to celebrities out in Los Angeles. So another great product that's not only sold in the park, but we're also kind of taking it on the road and doing things in the community with them.
Well, it's fantastic. If additional details, you get a medal for participation, you get a
absolutely.
T-shirt, you get a lot of the things that go along with it. There's also free parking first
Yep.
thing in the morning at the park.
Yep, you'll get a discount if you want to, if you're up for it after running the race and you want to spend the day in either the theme park or the water park. You will get a substantial discount if you bring your race bib to the ticket windows that day. Like I said, we're going to have all kinds of special entertainment for people coming out. You're going to be able to arrive as early as 5:30 a.m. that morning, and if you haven't registered for the event, you can still register starting at 6 a.m. that morning. Of course, we'd recommend that everybody register in advance online. Right. The promise of the medal and the T-shirt is guaranteed only for registrations through March 30th, for example. Right. If you are looking to register, you can go to legoland.com/brickdash. If you're looking for more information before you make that decision to register, you can go to legoland.com/Florida, and in our special events section, there's a page devoted to the event, including a very exhaustive list of answers to frequently asked questions. We know people want to know, will there be bathroom stations? Will there be water? Will there be, food and beverages available? Can I push my children in a stroller? So all of those great questions we've been hearing from guests are answered through that frequently asked questions list.
Yeah, and it's part of the Run 863 new series of 5Ks in Polk County. So you can also go to centralfloridasports.com for more information. Well, David, so thank you so much for coming on and talking about Brick Dash, which is Saturday, April 14th.
Yes.
And we look forward to the Star Wars days and the VR new roller coaster, and just thanks
All
for
this fun stuff you got going
exactly.
on.
Yeah, and we hope Brick Dash has a long and very successful life here in Polk County. Our intent is to make it a very popular annual event.
All right. Thanks so much.
Great.
Well, speaking of annual events, the Symetra Tour comes to Polk County each year, and it's the road to the LPGA, and it's been here for a long, long time. It's a great event, huge economic impact with all the athletes and coaches and parents. The event this year will be March 16th through the 18th at the Country Club of Winter Haven. We're going to take a look at some past action. We're going to take a break. Hank and Neal will be right back here on Sports Central.
Yeah, prior to me getting here, the old entity, the Lake Region Yacht and Country Club, hosted this event, and for different reasons it left and went down to Lake Wales Country Club. And the new owners that turned this place into the Country Club of Winter Haven decided that they'd really like to get it back, and we've been working with the Symetra Tour for the last couple years and finally made it happen. Polk County Sports Marketing definitely helped out, and they worked more with the Symetra Tour than they did with us, but to help get the word out and for the ticket sales and things like that. So yeah, good exposure, and to be on a Friday and have this many spectators here obviously shows the word got out. So.
nice as it is out here, I don't plan on spending too much time on the Symetra. I'd love to be on the LPGA next year, so obviously top 10 is my goal this year.
Yeah, I mean, being a stepping stone to the LPGA Tour, the best of the best, this is a great opportunity. This tour is awesome for these young ladies and some senior veterans, actually, that are still on this tour to keep their game sharp and hopefully break through and get back or onto the LPGA Tour. So these girls and ladies are phenomenal golfers. We got to watch them this all week, and they can play.
It's awesome. It feels like home. I'm comfortable here. Today could have been better, but I still got tomorrow, and I'm excited.
Everybody, welcome back to Sports Central. Some good footage there of the Florida's Natural Charity Classic, and then again, that'll be March 16th through the 18th. I'm Neal Duncan, that's Hank Longo, and
Hi, everybody.
you gonna go out there? Country Club of Winter Haven's a great track.
Oh, it is, and to watch these gals golf is unbelievable because they're so smooth when they hit the ball, and you know, some of these gals are just little things and they knock it out of the ballpark. It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
It's if you like golf, it's a treat to watch these gals play. It really is.
Speaking of golf, if you like to golf, you can go to the Cleveland Heights Golf Course in Lakeland. They're the proud partner of this segment of Sports Central.
Yep.
I'm excited for this one. I know you love this event.
Yeah, this is a fun one because this event really attracts tons of people. And having on our show is Eddy Varela, and it's the 12th Annual Lakeland VW Classic. And what a neat event to have all these folks coming from all over the country with their VWs.
I'm very blessed. Yeah, we get people from California, Texas. I've had actually people from Germany and England come out to the event. Puerto Rico, a lot of people come from Puerto Rico and Alaska, New York. We get people from everywhere.
And how do you manage to do that? I mean, how do you come from Germany to Lakeland, Florida with your VW?
Well, they fly here. You know, they actually buy cars and send them back to Europe. Yeah, our cars are sought after here, so they'll actually buy a car.
So they're coming more so to purchase a car than they are to show a car.
Right. They come here to purchase them and send them back.
Wow.
That's fantastic. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the 12th Annual Lakeland VW Classic, and Eddy, it's going to be March 16th, 17th, and 18th. So that first day is, Friday night?
Friday night, 6 o'clock.
That's over by the Burger King on Hardin. Tell us a little bit about what Friday night looks like and then how it changes to the RP Funding Center.
Yep, we meet up with the cruisers. They've been doing it every Friday night for years, and so we decided to join with them and meet with them. That's Friday night at 6 o'clock to about 10 o'clock. And then we set up for the event. We go to set up at the Lakeland Center, the RP Funding Center now.
So when you say you're cruising, is everybody just kind of driving around town, or what's that all about?
No, they just come in and park there and hang out and socialize.
Okay.
We eat at Burger King, and then we just have a really good time.
Yeah, it's a cruise in. So right there, that behind that, or next to that Burger King, right in front of the Target there on the south side, right across the street from Lakeside Village. So everybody hangs out and just kind of some camaraderie and all that.
Wow.
And then going to the RP Funding Center on Saturday and Sunday. Is there a cost for that? Is there a cost to anything at the event?
Yes, $5 per person. Kids under 12 are free, and then it's $8 to park their car there. We have show cars that are $25 for the whole weekend. You pay the $25, free camping. We do free pizza Saturday night for everybody.
Wow.
So if you're there after 6 o'clock, we buy like 100 pizzas and give them away. And the parking's jumped to $8. We used to do $2, now it's $8. So it's $8 a car to park. Public is $5. We have a lot of vendors. We rented over 300 vendor spaces last year,
Oh my gosh.
which is incredible. Snap-on's going to be there.
Yeah, I see you got your Snap-on
Got the
shirt,
Snap-on
you got your
shirt.
VW hat on, you're
Yeah.
all decked out here.
We've been really blessed that Snap-on's coming out and put a big setup for that and have a good time. So we're going to have a good time with that. And we have great sponsors, Empire in Winter Haven and Dundee Road.
Okay.
We have just 75 sponsors. We give away a free car every year.
I was going to get to that. Let's
Yeah.
talk about this year's car because you're still in the process of putting it together, right?
Yes, I paint them, run it, get the motors cleaned up, running, and then we wire them and then give them away.
So what year VW is this that you're restoring to give away?
This actually has a bus rear end with a 6-rev bus transmission, which is really rare. They're very expensive, the transmissions. So it's probably a 74 bus rail buggy. It's very big.
Oh my God.
And you don't have to pay to get into this contest, or I mean, it's completely free to win the
Absolutely free.
chance at the vehicle.
Yeah, absolutely free. We let people up to 5 times put their names into a box. We shake the box up, little kid will come up, pick the name, and they win the car.
Oh my gosh.
This will be our 10th car we give away. In the
And
last
how
10
many
years.
people come to the event?
Thousands. We shoot for about 10,000 people, 850 show cars.
That's unbelievable. There's a lot going on with this event. If you've got that many vendors, that many cars, and that many people, it's almost a full-time job, it sounds like.
We've been very blessed to be able to do this for us. We do a lot of fundraising. We promote at other events. I help them, the smaller events throughout the state of Florida. And then that way, we give back to what we're doing because we've been, so many clubs, and we have clubs from Tampa, Miami, come up all the way from Miami. 100 cars will come up from Miami to our event.
Yeah, and I see that there's over $500 in door prizes. Obviously, you talked about great food, free
5,000.
camping. I'm sorry, 5,000.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
no, that's okay.
There wasn't a comma there. I missed
Yeah,
it.
over $5,000 in door prizes we give away.
Wow.
And what kind of prizes do you give away, for example?
Well, the rail buggy, and then we give away like a TV, kids' bicycles. We a lot of it's a kid event. I mean, a lot of events will sometimes will cater towards adults with alcohol and stuff. We decided we were going to cater toward the family, the children. So we do free face painting, free cotton candy. We do bouncy houses, the kids zone area. It's all free. Once they come into the event, everything's free. We don't nickel and dime you to death, which is important. Nowadays, nowadays it's so expensive to take a family out. So we try to do it where it's affordable. People can have a good time all day long. We have a blow-up screen that we actually watch a movie Saturday night there. We have a lot of fun. We try to make it a lot of fun.
What is it, the Love Bug or something like that? That movie
I
about
think they
the
do, yeah.
VW?
They'll play different VW movies. Yeah, it's a given, yeah. But we have a DJ. We do live bands.
Wow.
Gemini is those 2 young ladies that sing, and they're very beautiful singers. And they come out to the event on Sunday and play. It's beautiful. It's nice.
Well, looking forward to it. And the donation, obviously, not only are you putting on a family-friendly event, but you're also looking for donations. Talk a little bit about that and who it's going to benefit.
Well, we donate canned goods. The people that show up will bring canned goods, and we give it away to Lighthouse Ministries. Some food banks and stuff like that. So we try to do a lot of fundraising for them.
That's terrific. Eddie, would it be safe to say that you're taking a hobby and turning it into an event that's really for the community? I mean, how did you get your start in this?
No, absolutely. No, it's my hobby. I've been working on cars for 40 years. I guess that's old, right? That's a long time now.
It's a while, yeah.
I was 15 working in a Volkswagen shop in Fort Lauderdale, in Davie. And just loved them. They're great to work on. They're easy to work on, affordable cars. You could be able to buy a car for $50 and drive it for years. I mean, Volkswagens
I used to
back
have
then.
a Volkswagen.
Back then, a long
Yeah.
time ago, remember?
Yeah.
I hate to say I remember, but yeah. I had 75 cars.
You have 75 cars?
I had 75 cars.
You had 75.
Code enforcement got me. They weren't real happy with it looked like a giant, they did an aerial. It looked like a giant parking lot. I live right off South Florida Avenue, so it's kind of really wild when you see, I live around houses and you see just parking lot. But they were beautiful cars. 356 Porsche, 917 Porsche. I have a 1959 Maserati. It's a lot of fun, yeah.
Wow, do you drive the Maserati much?
No, because I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get wrecked. damaged. It's so rare that, you don't want anything damaging. I've got dune buggies, trikes, rail buggies, different kind of kit cars.
And we're going to see, talk about real quick, I know you hit on it a little bit earlier, but what kind of vehicles are we going to see at the event? Or these are some of the type of vehicles we're going to see, or are they strictly?
No, absolutely. Kit cars, trikes, rail buggies, dune buggies, lots of Volkswagens.
But they're all Volkswagen part related.
Right, they're all VW related. Air-cooled or water-cooled. Some of the buses, a friend of mine just sold his bus for $150,000 at an auction.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they go, the most so far I think it's gone is $280,000 for one bus.
Oh
Wow.
my. Are they immaculate condition when they go for that?
They're original. The original ones will go. We sell a lot of vehicles there. A lot of people come to buy cars there, and a lot of people come to sell their cars there. So we help them do that, try to get people, connected. And some buses have gone as high as $30,000 at our event. People have bought cars for 30 grand.
Wow.
A 1970 bus. I mean, split windows have become insane. I mean, sight unseen, they pay $40,000, $50,000 for them now.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Again, we're talking about the 12th Annual Lakeland VW Classic, and that's going to be at the RP Funding Center Friday, March 16th. We'll be in front of Target on on Hardin Boulevard, and then the 17th, I guess it opens up to the public around 9 a.m. Is that
Yes,
correct? And
yeah.
it goes just into the night.
All night long, from Saturday to Sunday afternoon. People will be coming in all night long. People will be partying. I shouldn't say partying. There'll be like a little small get-together parties there.
Right.
They'll bring out grills. We'll let them cook, and it's a nice
And you do
weekend.
this all at the Lakeland Center?
All at the Lakeland Center.
Wow.
RP Funding Center.
RP
Oh, the
Funding
RP
Center.
Funding Center.
I know,
Excuse me, Laura.
it's
Excuse me,
just,
Laura.
it is.
No,
And then
no.
the event is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Sunday, correct? The
Yes.
18th?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming on Sports Central. And again, it's hard to believe, Eddie, that it's the 12th annual VW Classic already. I know it's
amazing.
it's a lot of hard work, and you make it sound so easy and so much fun. But you and a whole crew of your
My
committee
family.
and friends
No, my
and family.
My family and friends come out and help us with the event.
Right.
I didn't tell my wife the first year I was doing the event. She found out a week before the show because she wouldn't have ever let me do it. So
How'd that go over?
she was mad for a while.
Well, we're just happy 12 years later
You're
that it
still
all
together.
worked out.
Yeah, we're still married. 37 years married. It was.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we
Congratulations.
got married very young, and we've been together for 37 years. And so, and I put it through the paces, man. Trust me.
Well, Eddie, thanks again, and we look forward to the event March 16th through the 18th at the RP Funding Center. Well, our athlete spotlight this week, we're going to look at Claire Orr, a golfer from Mulberry High School. Hank and Neal will be right back here on Sports Central.
I got involved in golf when I was 11, so about 5 years now. My stepdad took me to the driving range and made me hit a golf ball, and so it just started then. I started picking up on it, and then I realized I was like, I'm actually pretty good at this, and so I started getting lessons right away, and ever since then it's just been my sport. Golf is a very mental sport, so when you don't hit a good shot, it just goes straight to your head, and then the next shot's probably going to be bad, and then your whole day is bad. So you just have to really put it in your head, one bad shot is not a whole bad round, and so yeah, that's what makes it so hard. I usually just have to tell myself, shake it off, it's okay, you can do this, you're better than that bad shot, and my coach is always you're better than that, so yeah, you just have to tell yourself. My coach is great. She's my best friend, my math teacher, my coach all in one. She's always there to support me through snacks, everything. She's always there at every tournament, no matter what, always on time, most of the time. And she's just very supportive of me, no matter what, even if I'm having a bad day. Well, golf is fun for me. I have a lot of fun doing it. I love the sport. I love the connections I've made through the sport. It's easy for me, and I know I can go further in golf than I could with any other sport that I was doing. It's nice having a team because they all support you no matter what. Even if you don't get along with your whole team, you're always there for each other. And without a team, it'd be pretty boring, honestly. But yeah, the team just supports me all the way. We support each other all the way. Even though golf is a very individual sport, I think you have to be really good with people, because if you're not good with people, you're going to make the whole day miserable for everyone. I think you have to know how to laugh even when it's not going your way, and how to just communicate with others even when you don't want to. Well, my parents have been there since the beginning of it. They're the ones who got me into it, really. They have always supported me even when I didn't want to do it anymore. They are always like, you can do it, you got to do it. They kind of forced me to do it at some moments when I really wanted to give up, and so I'm so glad they've always been by my side. My goal this season was to score a 75, shoot a 75, and I made that at regionals. I was third at regionals, which is okay. I wish I could have shot a little bit better, but it was my season goal, so I was happy with it. Like I said, I won district champion with a 76, and my season average was a 39.5. So overall, I had a really good season, and I'm excited to see what next year holds. College golf is my goal right now, and then maybe go pro later. But with like my new district championship title and all of that, I think I'll have a really good shot to play college golf.
Everybody, welcome back to Sports Central. This fourth and final segment brought to us by Contempo Vacation Homes, a great partner of tourism and sports marketing. Great show, great guests, great events.
I mean, it's just amazing that all three guests were so different in what they're doing with their events, and yet how each one of these events brings in so many people.
Did you catch the common theme though? Though they're different, the common theme, like most everything in Polk County? Family friendly.
Family friendly,
Absolutely.
Yes it is.
And a lot of that's been, we were before as a destination, but anchored by Legoland Florida Resort. Of course, the 2 to 12-year-old is their demographic for kids, and so anyways, it all comes together. Well, congratulations to the Winter Haven High School girls basketball team. Three-peat. They get it done last week in the FHSA state finals at the RP Funding Center, winning the Class 8A state championship. Pretty cool stuff.
Fantastic. Coach Johnny Lawson, you know, when he and I go back to when he was an assistant coach with LaDon Gibson, and when he won his first state championships, we talked about, now he's finally in the club with his other friends.
I remember that, yeah.
You know, and then he wins 2 in a row, which kind of put him in his own elite little bracket. Yeah. And now Winter Haven wins 3 in a row, so he's up there with everybody, kind of jealous probably with that great
fifth state championship for the girls basketball team now. After winning 3 in a row, they'd won 2 prior. But good luck to Southeastern women's basketball team. Yes. They are currently undefeated, went through the regular season undefeated. They won the regular season title. They won the conference tournament title. They actually had to go into overtime a couple days ago.
To pull it off the other day.
69-64, so they will play again March 9th, as we're coming to you live right now, noon Central Time, and we'll take on Indiana Wesleyan. So good luck to them. They're only a few more games away if they can keep winning from a national championship. So we want to wish them good luck. Rustmat Baseball, it's back in town. You mentioned it earlier.
You know, it's just amazing to see all the teams that come from all around the country to compete here playing baseball at fields we have all around, but primarily most of them are at the Lake Myrtle complex,
in the Chain
of Lakes complex. And you talk about being a kid in college playing ball and getting to come down here this time of the year. We've had just spectacular weather. It's
and up north, the winter's been very difficult.
Especially if you're from the East Coast.
Yeah, Rustmat Baseball, college spring training back in Polk County, and as you said, Hank, great economic impact, and games really all over the place. If you want more information on Rustmat, go to rustmat.com for a full listing of the events. You know, we talked about the girls' state finals being at the RP Funding Center last week, but as we're live right now on a Friday afternoon, FHSA boys' state finals at the RP Funding Center, and actually in about an hour, the Winter Haven High School boys team will be in the Class 8A state semifinals. So they said, wait, hey, the girls won their 3rd straight. We need to get in on this action. So if they can win today, They'll play tomorrow for the state championship in Class 8A, so we want to wish the Winter Haven boys basketball team good luck.
Yeah, it's like back when Bartow won the state championships. I finally got to go to that game, and Sam Paripis, is that how you pronounce it?
Jeremiah Samaripis,
Boy,
yeah.
was
He's
he
actually a
spec-
college basketball coach now.
Yeah, was he fantastic. So it's so thrilling to see these young kids play, and then,
Well-
to follow them after that and see where their careers go.
Tomorrow starts today at the RP Funding Center, and the neat thing about it is we love for there to be a local team because you want to root for the local Polk County teams, but we also like all those other teams coming from all over the state, staying in the hotels, eating in the restaurants. That economic impact from the event is huge. Well, this weekend the Carolina Classic will be going on at Bach Tower Gardens. That's March 10th, part of the Run 863 series. We talked about the Brick Dash going on. Also this weekend will be the Channel Lake Cycling Classic, and that's in kind of out Lake Buffum, Fort Meade area on Saturday, and then Sunday it's downtown Winter Haven. And if you want to see some high-speed, fast action, you want to go to downtown Winter Haven for the Channel Lake Cycling Classic.
What about the Willie Horton Celebrity Bowling?
Yeah, Willie Horton, of course, the Tiger
legend.
great. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Of course, we'll talk about it in a second, but the Detroit Tigers are back for their spring training and a full list of the games going on. You want to check that out. But, you look at the Al Kalines, you look at the Willie Hortons. The Tigers aren't just here during spring training. They have been here for over 80 years. They are part of our community, and they give back. And the Willie Horton Foundation is having their Willie Horton Celebrity Bowling event. That'll be at Orange Bowl Lanes. You can go to orangebowllanes.net for more information. But that's coming up on Friday, March 16th.
Well, let's talk about the spring training a little bit. It's going on right now at this gorgeous rebuilt Tiger Town, Publix Field.
Yeah, Publix Field at Joker Marchand Stadium. Spring training is in full action, back into it. Today, actually they're getting ready to play right now, Friday, March 9th against the New York Mets. They're at Publix Field at Joker Marchand Stadium. As we see on the screen here, there's a full list of all the upcoming home games there. And of course, again, it's not just during spring training. The Lakeland Flying Tigers come in right behind
all summer
them
long,
and play all summer long. And if you have not been out to Publix Field at Joker Marchand Stadium, what a great partnership between the state of Florida, Polk County, the Tigers, the city of Lakeland, making that facility what it is today. Great for corporate events, great for special events. You definitely want to get out there.
It's fantastic.
And we had a look there at the upcoming games. Well, Tiger Trot, speaking of the Tigers, will be Saturday, March 31st. That is the fourth and final run. That's the third of the 4 runs in the Run 863 series. That'll be at Publix Field at Joker Marchand Stadium. That starts at 8 a.m. Again, Saturday, March 31st.
Well, we've got some great soccer action coming up, as we always do out at Lake Myrtle. The Florida Commissioners Cup, specifically designed to help accommodate teams that have previously played in Region Cup Division II. So this is going to take place, and very exciting having that going on. And then SSUSA Spring National Softball, Senior Softball USA.
Yeah, it's, for a long time you looked at some of those bread and butter events that were in Polk County on the sports side. There was baseball and there was softball, and those are still huge in Polk County. And then you talk about the soccer, it's easy just to keep going and forget about the successes, but the huge success in recruiting the Florida Youth Soccer Association to Polk County, to the Lake Myrtle Sports Park in Auburndale. With them came 110,000 statewide participants and another 15 to 20,000 coaches and referees. So it's easy sometimes to forget about the past success, but we continue to reap the benefits of that recruiting success. So you definitely want to get out to Lake Myrtle. Of course, as you said, right now, there's not only soccer going on various weekends, but we also have the Russ Mat baseball. One of the neat things about Russ Mat that they have going on this year, as we get back to that college spring training, every Sunday they have their Little League or youth sports thing. If you come out there in your uniform, kids get in free. If they wear their uniform, their baseball uniform, they get in for free. And another thing they're doing to engage the community this year, all Polk County residents, all spring training long for Russ Mat, half price. So they're encouraging the locals to come out and, you know, maybe it's a school you went to from up north. Maybe you've got a connection to one of these schools.
It's great
you
baseball.
Just want to see, you just want to see great baseball. Go to restmat.com.
Lakeland Tigers, or excuse me, the Lakeland Magic.
Yeah, Lakeland Magic, they've got a number of games. Their next home game will be on the 20th. They've got 3 home games left. But before that, we want to go to the FACA High School All-Star Basketball Classic. Will be March 24th at the RP Funding Center. Check that out. And then again, the Lakeland Magic, the 20th, the 23rd, and the 24th are upcoming home games, and they're still in the running for one of those playoff spots.
So yeah, they're playing some great ball. And what's kind of exciting going on, very exciting, is we continue through the season with the USA Water Ski Hall of Fame, water skiing and wake sports that are moving their headquarters over to Lake Myrtle. That is in the process, but they have the cable park out on Lake Myrtle, and that's coming along great, and hopefully within the near future that's going to be up and running, and a great thing for everybody to come enjoy over on Lake Myrtle is this new water ski cable park. And we're almost wrapping up the digging of this beautiful lake in conjunction with it over at Lake Myrtle.
Yeah, it is a great time. You know, you see new construction, whether it be hotels or motels or capital improvement projects, all building towards a better future for Polk County, all building towards more economic impact coming into the community. Because the great thing about visitors, and I want to give that PSA right now, it's almost tax season. You know, not too many more days until you have to submit your taxes. Embrace all these visitors that are in Polk County right now, because tourism is the reason we don't pay personal income tax in the state of Florida. So if the line is longer at your favorite restaurant or the traffic takes you longer to get places,
Be
smile
happy.
and thank them, because they're the reason you're not paying more taxes.
And we're keeping everybody employed, you know, that's the other good thing.
Not even to
is,
mention the jobs,
you know, the jobs that everybody has, and when you see such a vibrant economy, you know, going on, you just have to be thankful that, you know, we're not suffering some of the distress that they have in other parts of the country, and it's just a great place to be. There's no doubt about it.
Sure. Well, we always appreciate you tuning into the television version of Sports Central, but there's a radio version of Sports Central. It's every Tuesday morning from 7 to 8 a.m. and then every Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. on Talk 1430 and Talk 96.7. Of course, Hall Communications, a great partner of tourism and sports marketing. And then on the Tuesday morning in the 8 a.m. hour, 96.3, Max 98.3, and 97.5 WPCV that allow us to go on.
Eric and Mike.
Yeah, allow us to go on and promote our events, everything going on in Polk County. And of course, visit centralflorida.org and centralfloridasports.com is where you can go for a full listing of events going on in Polk County. And you definitely want to go on there and get some of our social media handles, because I know Jessica and Barbara do a great job of pushing all that content out there. So you can subscribe through that. Just go to the visitcentralflorida.org website. Sign in with our social media team. They will make sure you have all the latest and greatest information you need. Well, we have some sponsors that we want to thank for.
Yes, we definitely do. Couldn't do it without them. Folks at Legoland, the Trophy Shop, the Ledger, Echo Suites Lakeland, and Hyatt Place Lakeland. Thank you all so much for your support. Really appreciate you being a part of the team.
Absolutely, and once again, we want to thank Visit Florida for coming on to sponsor the Sun and Fun Flying. It's right around the corner, and it's the largest convention in the state of Florida, and we appreciate their partnership in doing that. So again, go to visitcentralflorida.org or centralfloridasports.com for a full list of events going on in Central Florida's Polk County, and you can also call us at 863-551-4750. The next edition of Sports Central will be coming to you Friday, March 23rd. Any last parting words before we sign off?
Just delightful weather. Delighted to have all these folks in town playing ball, and the Tigers. I've been getting out to a couple of games there, and boy, it's just, if you get the opportunity, go check them out.
All right. Well, again, our next live show, Friday, March 23rd, for Hank Longo and the entire PGTV crew. I'm Neal Duncan. We'll see you again next time.